feminist Alli Reed created a fake OKCupid profile to see whether or not guys would still click on her and respond to her if she had the most loathsome profile. So in her description, she makes herself sound racist, extremely stupid, and unlovable, but it didn't really seem to matter. So first, let me give you the details. In creating her profile, Aaron Carter fan, that was her handle.
That's all.
She touched on every facet of what it meant to be a horrible woman, including being mean, spoiled, lazy, racist, manipulative, and even a gold digger. Okay, so let me give you some more examples. There's a section on OKCupid where you specify whether or not you smoke. She says that she smokes when drinking. She drinks often. She does drugs often.
I'm going to come back to that. I think that's fairly relevant to this story.
Yes. She also says that she is really good at convincing people that she's pregnant. LOL.
Okay, fun.
The first things people usually notice about me, probably the first thing they notice is the drink I'm throwing in their face. LOL. So already she sounds ridiculous, right?
And a slight turn on.
Yeah. Okay, Cenk is proving her point, and there's more to this story. So let's go to a little bit more of her profile that I just found really interesting. Favorite books, movies, shows, music, and food. So glad they're making another Grown-Ups movie. The first one was the shit, LOL. I like all kinds of music that's not like all ghetto or redneck, you know, or not from some weird country without bathrooms. LOL, USA.
Now, so I think that's funny, right?
Yeah.
But they're not going to find that racist enough. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Like that's subtle to a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to turn people off. Like, you got to go far more racist than that before a guy loses his Woody. Okay, and I'm not even sure that happens.
So before I continue on with her profile, I should also note that she didn't use her own photo. She used her best friend's photo, and her best friend is a model. So obviously she's a very attractive woman.
Let me see that. Oh,
okay.
yeah. So that'll overcome a lot of things. You know what's interesting? That looks like Jill Pike a little bit.
It does look like Jill Pike.
You know, old school TYT host Jill Pike. Look into it. Anyway,
right.
Yes.
So a little bit more of her profile. The 6 things I could never do without, and she has dollar signs. My car, my phone, keeping America American. Is this Sarah Palin? My family, my friends, Aaron Carter.
See, the most egregious part is Aaron Carter. Right? Like that keeping America American, that's subtly racist, right? But like, except that 40% of the country agrees.
So we don't have a graphic for this, but in another portion of her profile, she talks about her favorite hobby, and she says that her favorite hobby is knocking coffee cups out of the hands of homeless people.
See, but like that people will take for sarcasm.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I think that, look, this is obviously a very unscientific study that she's doing here, but her methodology is a little flawed because I think that some of the stuff that she wrote was so ridiculous that you could never imagine anyone taking it that seriously.
And some of it was so normal that I don't think she understands what women write online.
Okay.
So this is not just about blaming guys.
We will get to that in just a second, okay? Now, let me tell you what the results of her experiment were. She says that guys responded in droves, and Miss Reed realized that some men really didn't have any limits when it came to women, sex, and dating. Okay. After reading 500 messages from men who apparently had just slapped their semi-erect penis on their keyboard a few times and pressed send, my already flimsy grasp on reality was loosening.
Yeah. So what did she get? At first she got like 150 replies, right?
So initially she got 150 replies in 24 hours, and she was shocked by that. She couldn't believe it.
I'm not.
So she decided, you know what, let me further this experiment by responding to them and making myself sound even worse. So she had this one back and forth with someone, and you know, she made herself sound extremely stupid, and the guy was totally into it. She asked him, tell me which part of my profile you like the most. He said, LOL, that you are a goddess and you do yourself. Is that true? Winky face. And she's like, you know it. I don't change for anyone. A judge told me that I had to do community service once, and I was like, LOL, that sounds boring. So I just pretended I was pregnant and got out of it. LOL.
Yeah, but that's not going to turn a guy off.
Okay.
Okay? And they're going to totally believe that. And that's something that somebody would do.
So I think that the outcome is actually extremely obvious. Like, we both agree on that, right? But I mean, there's a difference between the type of guys that respond to girls like her and the type of guys that do not respond to girls like her. These guys are just looking to sleep with her, obviously. Like they're not
Is
looking.
that what's happening online?
Yeah. And I don't mean this to be insulting to guys whatsoever, but when it comes to websites like OKCupid or Tinder or whatever, when they come across girls like this, hell yeah, they're not going to give a shit what she has to write about herself. They're not going to care about her intellect. Is she attractive? Yeah. Is she willing to sleep with me? I'm going for it.
Can I?
No, don't do it because I hate when you do that.
Of course! Okay, all right. So look, when she started saying more outrageous things, instead of getting 150 responses, you got 500 responses, okay? Because guys don't care. You would have had to go so much further before it became an issue. I mean, show me the picture again. What do you, like a guy online, he's gonna care what she says? He doesn't care, he doesn't care. Oh, it turns out she's not brilliant. Whatevs.
Okay,
right?
so let's go back to
then secondly, she thinks like, haha, guys, look at them with their semi-erect penises on the keyboard, right? No, but what she misses in that equation is that those guys have seen profiles that are very similar to that from a lot of real women.
Yeah.
So like you think every woman online went to Yale? Okay, and it's like, oh, I do declare, my hobbies are reading Shakespeare and Milton. I don't even know if Milton's a real author. Okay.
What about like 5 Shakespeares and a Camus?
Exactly, like push, right? So yeah, all that stuff I read, I was like, yes, sounds somewhat like an average OKCupid post.
Wow. Okay, so I'm not on OKCupid, and obviously I'm a woman, so if I were ever to be on a site like that, I'm looking at profiles for men, right? But really, I mean, I'd like to believe, I want to create a fake male profile just so I can check out what the women are writing. Are they really that...
Oh, come on, dude, don't make me do it twice. Okay, look, I've seen, not necessarily OKCupid, I've seen a lot of things online that women, girls, etc. have written, okay? And it ain't rocket science, okay? And it goes both ways. The flirting is so third grade.
Yeah.
And if you can say anything, she's hitting the tip of the iceberg there.
She's hitting the tip.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
And not just the tip. Okay. Look, I faked being pregnant. Oh, how outrageous. I can't believe a guy responded to that.
Okay,
let alone the fact that if she really was racist and bad and stupid and whatever, like guys still wouldn't care, and they wouldn't care if you're online or you're in the real world. I've said this before.
They're just gonna sleep with you, and that's it.
Yeah, I've hooked up with racists before. Okay,
so
I'm the bad guy. Okay, so they were a little racist.
No, but there's obviously like a really clear difference between men and women in that regard. And look, there might be women that agree with you. There might be women who will sleep with like a racist guy or totally loathsome guy just because he's hot. But like, I just think about like the date I talked about on the post-game show, right? You guys should be members because that was an awesome story.
Yeah,
and he was like one of the most gorgeous men I've ever encountered in my life. He looked like James Dean, right? Not the porn star, the actual James Dean. And I just he was so incredibly dumb that I just had no interest. Like I just can't do it. I'm not interested. Sorry, bye. But for a man in a similar situation, it's on. We're knocking boots. We're going home.
Look, so people don't think I'm a horrible guy. One of the things she was racist about was Muslims, and my family's Muslim, right? And she's like, how come you don't have one of those beards?
Oh, that totally makes you better for sleeping with her, Jake.
No. And so I was thinking, no, I shaved it. And this is what I said. And I was thinking, I'm going to show you a beard. I'm going to show you son. Okay. So what do I care? Is it like, and then there's the extra element of like, oh, you were a bad girl.
Oh my God, really?